I arrived at Bahama House, the name given to the 2.2 acres of property in Lithonia, Georgia, where the Consul General of the Bahamas to Atlanta lives. Catherine Smith is one of 64 members of the diplomatic corps in Georgia. She says visitors are reminded that when they set foot on the property, they're really in the Bahamas. Sitting in her figurative Bahamas, Smith laid out the day-to-day operations at her office.
And what we do generally is we spend quite a bit of our time doing consular work. Issuing passports. For us in the Bahamas, at our office, it's about issuing passports to Bahamians that are resident in the southeastern United States, because we're not just responsible for the state of Georgia, but also 9 other areas in the southeastern region. And also, we deal with immigration matters. We deal with deportation matters. We do have prisoners who are here in the southeastern United States, and we look after their interests as well. The other 50% of my time is spent on business and economic development, looking at businesses that might have a need for global expansion, and we look at those synergies that they may have with what we have in the Bahamas and how we can bring more business to our country.
If there's one business relationship the people of the Bahamas value, Smith says it's the one between the Bahamas government and South African chairman and CEO of Kerzner International, Saul Kerzner. The 66-year-old billionaire real estate tycoon and operator of Destination Resorts owns the lavish Atlantis Hotel and Casino Resort in the Bahamas. Take a look at the Royal Towers, the first of several phases of Atlantis. It houses the Bridge Suite, ranked as the most expensive hotel room in the world by Forbes magazine in 2003. If you have $25,000 to spend, you can call the Bridge Suite home for a night. Since its launch more than a decade ago, Atlantis has been a tourist magnet. On its 600-plus acres, Atlantis has water sports, world-class golfing and gaming, a 9,000-square-foot nightclub, not to mention limitless dining options. Smith credits Kerzner for his visionary contributions and explains what we already know: Atlantis appeals to everyone.
I think, first of all, Saul Kerzner and his team was able to create kind of an all-inclusive kind of facility. One that caters to family, one that also caters to somebody who is traveling probably just with a spouse, or young people who are interested in just having fun. In any of those areas, you can find something to do at Atlantis for somebody. So I think, first of all, he appeals to every segment of the market, yes, and he has a good product. And I think, he does a good job, obviously, with the training of staff and really the service that they provide. And I think a lot of that has to do with the success of the project.
When Atlantis broke ground, there was talk about improving the inadequate airport facility in Nassau, the capital and main gateway of the Bahamas. In February 2011, that talk turned into action. The Bahamas government unveiled the state-of-the-art Lynden Pinling International Airport, named for the first black prime minister of the country and father of the nation. In the first of 3 phases, the airport features a $10 million baggage system, eco-friendly design features, cooling systems, al fresco dining facilities, and Bahamian artwork. The new terminal has 19 retail and food and beverage options, including a native sit-down restaurant that seats nearly 200. Smith attended the opening of the new airport.
Well, I think certainly the airport now should be a facility that all Bahamians are proud of. Nassau is the gateway in terms of tourism arrivals and the number of tourists that come to the Bahamas. Obviously, most of the arrivals come through Nassau Airport and through the cruise port as well. But I think when you look at where the airport has come from and you look at the edifice today, it is a fantastic building. It's the first phase of the airport is the 247,000 square foot building. It is just a beautiful, beautiful building, and we should all be very proud of it. The artwork in the building is exceptional. And I think it's just a place that we should say, it's so welcoming for our visitors to come to that kind of building.
The Bahamas played host to about 5 million visitors last year, mainly from North America. While most came on cruises, a hefty 1.5 million were air travelers. If you want to go to the Bahamas, you'll need a valid passport and Bahamian visa. Unless you're a U.S. citizen, then all you'll need is your passport. Also, if you have a U.S. visa, Bahamian officials will accept it.